The area forecast for the next 24 hours. Southwesterly, veering westerly, 6 to gale 8, perhaps severe gale 9 later. Rain, then wintry showers, moderate or poor, becoming good.
Hello and welcome to the Welsh Extreme in association with Terra Firma, our virtual event. How cool is this? It's going to be a long day, and the reason we put this on is hopefully to try and bring what should be happening right now to you guys and girls at home. Couple of things before we go into it. I am broadcasting from my house, so you could hear some swearing in the background. You could hear some people moving, some phones going, and God knows what. So, hey-ho, it's life, and just get on with it. Another thing, we're doing a lot of music in the background, and due to Facebook being Facebook at the moment, we might get hit by a copyright strike. The guys have been working in the background to try and make sure we're all copyright free, but you never know. There's probably going to be a few things going on that we miss. If we do get checked out, could watch all the videos and escape Jason's voice. Mr. Papworth, you're on form already. Fair play to you. Mr. Sharp, Tween Twinlock, Chrissy, Sven, Ethel, Haley. Wow, it is going pretty well already. Where was I? Yes. So going to the videos, if we do get kicked out, just either hang on while Grant puts 50p in a meter and reboots us, or head over to YouTube. There's a link on the Welsh page, or the guys may put it up on screen now, and hopefully you can carry on watching. But there's lots going on in the background, and hopefully it'll work. The Lemons, Seamus, Andy, Mr. Ward, well, that's all watching. So without further ado, we've got a bit of an agenda to go through. We have 3 shows planned, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 1 o'clock. At this moment, it's not looking very good. I think we could be here until this time tomorrow. So we'll try and keep the schedule. The 9 o'clock show, morning Adam, the 9 o'clock show is going to be all about Friday and Friday night and the history of the event. The 11 o'clock show will be about the Saturday's part and maybe a bit of the Saturday night antics. And also the 1 p.m. show will be about more history of the event and the Super Sunday, and also the prize giving when it gets a bit messy. Morning, everyone. I'll try and keep up with everyone, but it's gone absolutely crazy. There's 49 people watching live, plus everything else. Before we go any further, there's also a live auction going to be happening today. Goodwinch of Will Webster and Sam Webster have kindly donated 2 prizes at Pro Auction. One is a 12mm bow rope, 38 meters long, valued at £300 plus VAT. And the other one is going to be a, don't get used to running off. Malcolm, Bruce, Grant, stop putting these comments up. You're putting me off. And the other auction up for auction is going to be a 12-volt bow motor, 2 again from Goodwinch. I'm going to start the bidding off for these at £50 each. If anybody wants to bid on the bow motor or the bow rope, put a link, type in the comments, either on make sure it's on Facebook. And Brian, who's typing away in the background and doing other bits and pieces, will take your current price, and then he will update it, and it'll come on the screen, hopefully with the person who's the highest bidder. So without further ado, let's talk about the event. Back in 2012, a good mate of mine, Mouth in the South, Jerry Hunt, decided to lay down the gauntlet for me to put an event on. We were competing in a Whitbread event up in back end of Beyond in Wales. No phone signal, nothing to do except for drink beer at night and talk. And that, Seamus is watching 10 times over. And that is when the Extreme was born. Alan Sharp, £100 for the rope. Thank you, Alan. So Jerry, in his wisdom, said, well, do it then. I dare you. And that was where it started. Then I was working, trying to think of some names, and the actual first name of the event, due to my sense of humour, come down to the Revenge of the Sheep. You will get the full story of this later on, but doing a very irate phone call with Jim Marsden about 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning with words I can't repeat on here because we will get kicked off. He eventually came up with the name of the Welsh Extreme. And he said, spell it different and it'll go places. Originally, we thought of just doing 1 year. Seamus Doyle, £125, mate, you're a star, thank you. Originally, we thought, right, we'll do 1 year and see how it goes. But as you can see with the T-shirts all behind me, it didn't quite last. We kind of went a little bit further. So we can see here, the original shirt is yellow. It's a bit battered now. Then that was 2013. 2014, my shirt is missing. It was a black shirt. I'm sure somebody will have one of them. Then we had 2015, which is the red. 2016, we went for green. We were going to go orange, but Adrian Fixit decided to have a bit of a meltdown and said, you can't have green then because it'll clash with my hair. So we went for green. Then, moving on, 5th year anniversary was the blue shirt. We then went to, I think, was it that one? Do you know what? I've actually confused myself. So yeah, then we went to purple. Then orange. By that time, Fix's hair had changed colour, so he was good to go. And then, finally, 2020 was this lovely colour, I think people's favourites. This year, 2021, the shirts are going to be burgundy, providing we can go ahead with the event. So that's a basic history of the event. Then our goal was to put something back. And yeah, there's a couple of people who I've been competing with for many years. I rigged them in and we went about putting an event on in a little place called Llanflwni. The people I didn't even tell them where the event was till about 2 weeks before. It was all a bit of a secret. And yeah, don't come up with a pink t-shirt. Sven, I'll actually do a pink t-shirt specially for you as an anniversary present for all you've done for me. So yeah, a little event that was then. We were in this place called Llanflwni. Webby, there's a part of the video later on you'll see with Webby, and he thinks that it was a long way down. We literally had a field with 2 army tents, which were loaned to us by Paul Bass, some Challenger 4x4, and a horse box. And that was it. Literally, that's all we had. We begged and borrowed and went from there. We had some punches donated to us by Nick Robotham. And yeah, it's slowly and surely over the years built up. The event team has grown and grown and grown. We have now got an amazing group of people behind us, from the event team to the recovery teams, all the way down to marshals, spectators. It's just gone crazy. It hasn't been easy all the way. If we've had some ups and some downs, some real downs and some real big ups. Although 2020 was really good as far as we are concerned. On the bottom, you can see some of our sponsors and supporters who've been kind enough to support us over the years. Some of the sponsors have been with me since day one. And yeah, thank you everybody who gives up their time of their businesses and everything to support us. So the auction is still going on in the background. Grant, he's a good friend of mine. He is on the hockey. He is working the software in the background. So you might get some glitches when he goes to get coffee. But apart from that, we should be good to go. Brian is also there. So if you need any information, jump on with Brian for all those. Or just message us on here. And we'll try and get back to you as soon as we can. So let's show a little video. We have got a couple of videos. We have got some kind of order and we'll stick to them. So let's show with some of the warm-up videos from a mixture between Moose Off-Road, who are our video media guys, along with Full Throttle Productions. And then we have got another clip from Dion. And yeah, let's get some videos going. Paul Church, how are we? So, year 7, how cool is this? Seven teams, fantastic. You know, I love it. This year is very special. Let's make it the best ever. Wow. Yeah, what can I say? As some people have commented, they're actually missing the mud. Currently, down here, the sun is out-ish. It's not raining. Be grateful we weren't on site last night because it was pretty bad. So, as you watch the video there, the warm-up has changed dramatically. From 2013 was a bit of a prologue kind of thing, bit of a dash. Then we had very similar in 14, I believe. And 15 was, yeah, a bit harder. We had a sponsor decided he wanted to put some rocks in there, a guy called Chris Pretty. And yeah, he's a little bit big in places, and yeah, it didn't quite go to plan. Some loved it. There are some photos flying around of a few people being very enthusiastic. Duncan Smith, Jim Marsden. Yeah, a few people really made a bit of an impression. 2014 prologue was awesome, Mr. Jennings. Well, that was Bottom Car Park, Walters Arena. Yeah, quite interesting. John Jennings, blast from the past, mate. How are you? Then 2016, we moved from Walters down to Red Valley Motorsport, and it was, yeah, pretty muddy. Then it got even more muddy. 2016, we had Jim Carner, which Geraint and a couple of the others set up. That was pretty good. 2017, they had a very similar kind of warm-up. Again, there's a little bit different, a bit harder, a bit more muddier. 2018 warm-up was in the pit, which you just watched some of the videos, and I'm sure there'll be another little video darting around in a minute. Perhaps you could actually play that in the background, Grant, and just mute the volume a little bit. It was over like a quarry kind of area, and it was, yeah, very interesting to say the least. Why does it always rain in Wales? So the quarry area is a bit brooked up. We have to go around with temperature mudslingers to try and clear the area. There's a lot of metal and bits everywhere. Niles, Gunther, Ruben. Kevin wins well. Neil, our chief timekeeper, setting up one Smiths. And our friend Boozy. You all love Boozy. and this footage is done by our video media team, Leeds Off-Road. Well, hello. On the Amish on this side, that's unusual. Roger Smith and his daughter. The car has now been handed over. Roger has retired. 955, that'll be Trevor Ryle. Dave John in the thick of it, look. Mr. Health and Safety himself. Looks like Poison Frog. There's Magdalene. Team Tom. God, they are missing this today. I gotta say, some of this footage is brilliant. Oh, £125 Seamus, thank you very much. Whoever who is, thank you very much, £100 for the Moto. That's the big fella himself. All the way from Netherlands, Nick Anderson's old truck. Was he Belgium? Netherlands or Belgium? I can't quite remember. Williams truck. That thing is amazing. Hugh Shaver, thank you, Hugh. Wow. Okay. Amazing. Alright then, Grant, let's I think it's time to get our main event sponsor on for the Welsh Extreme in association with Terra Firma. This year we've kind of been lucky enough to have a main event sponsor, and a little interview which I did. We were planning doing them all live, but we knew that it'd just be too hard work. So this is a little interview I had with James Richards from Terra Firma. James Richards, Terra Firma, thank you very much for joining me on this virtual event.
Pleasure, Nobby. Pleasure. How are you?
Yeah, it's all good, mate. We're all good.
Good.
So, how is things being locked down, whatever you want to call it?
It's different. A bit of a challenge. Working from home. It's all good. All good. Nice and safe, which is obviously the main thing. But different challenges involved with working from home. But everything takes that a little bit longer to try and sort out. But getting your head round sitting here with Zoom meetings, obviously, a little bit seems to be well on top of that.
So how long have you been with Terra Firma?
So I joined Terra Firma in January 2013. I joined All Makes as the Terra Firma part of All Makes. Before that, I worked as I worked for a Land Rover main dealer. We were a market manager for Land Rover. So we went into post-conflict countries and set up Land Rover dealers. So it was quite challenging. But then that
was fun.
Yeah, it was good. We went into places like Afghanistan, Cambodia, all the former Yugoslav territories we went into. We were the first in there. So that was quite interesting. Some good visits. So yeah, that was all quite interesting. Then got an opportunity to go up to All Makes to work with Terra Firma. So decided a bit of a change was good, and that sort of it tied in with the off-road motorsport side of things a little bit more, which has always been a bit of an interest. So yeah, all good.
So what is Terra Firma about then? What is the main part of Terra Firma?
So Terra Firma is the specialist off-road accessories side of All Makes business. So All Makes is one of the top 3 Land Rover parts wholesalers.
Yeah.
With Britpart and Bearmax, so we're probably in the middle of those two, and they have an off-road specific accessories brand which is Terra Firma. So so that's what I'm the product manager, so I manage all the parts within that group.
Mainly Land Rover based then.
So we're mainly Land Rover based. Yeah, we did dabble with Jeep a little bit, but there just weren't really enough vehicles in the country.
Don't tell Miskelly that, for God's sake.
I know, but people like that. Simon has actually got our shocks on his Jeep, or he certainly did have the last time I spoke to him. But the majority of those guys with the Jeeps, they know what they want. They know the American brands that they want, and so that's what they go for, which is perfectly understandable, you know.
So the Welsh Extreme, when was it? Or the Welsh Extreme? There's so many people call it different names.
Yeah.
So come on, when was the first time you?
So I think my actual boots on the ground first experience was 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
I was supposed to go up the year before and help out the Moose Full Throttle guys doing some filming, but I had something crop up, so I couldn't. I think that might have been the year that Mr. Lumley got lumbered doing it all on his own.
That was I think it was 2016, I believe.
Right, I think that was probably the year. Yeah, I thought so. I couldn't go that year, but then the following year was my first sort of full-on experience of the Extreme. So we were up there with the Moose guys, doing some filming with Full Throttle, and a little bit on the sponsorship side with Factory Racing, and I think Terra Firma, we put a raffle prize up for you as well. So
yeah.
That was my first experience, yeah, and I've been back the last couple of years since.
And then 2021, you decided to take another step forward.
So yeah, big step forward. So, you know, with plenty of conversations with you, and decided that we wanted to step things up a bit and get, you know, even more involved in what is, you know, one of our favourite events of the year. So yeah,
that's good.
Unfortunately, the world went mad and has scuppered plans or made things a little bit more challenging for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, good. Still, obviously, you know, glad to still be on board. Fingers crossed it'll all go ahead, and it's good that we're still doing fun little things like this week.
I hope so. I really do. We've done a lot of work trying to get it to work. So what does the Extreme mean to you? What is the part of the Extreme that keeps bringing you back to a muddy field, a muddy campsite, lots of wet rain, freezing cold, and when you got 5 coats
days afterwards of having to trying to find other things that need cleaning up? I think the biggest part of it is it's a weekend away with your mates. I find I get, you know, it means that myself and the Moose guys all get to go away, and also there's the competition side of it. It is one of the toughest competitions, I think, in the country. You get to see the absolute top teams competing, and just seeing what they actually can do with their cars. And it's great to see so many of their cars that are now running our kit, both through Terra Firma and through Terra Firma Factory Racing. That's the really good bit about it, you know.
Because the Factory Racing side seems to have taken off really, really well. Because whenever we look, especially when we're doing the 150 kind of promotion at the moment, that's all I can see is Factory Racing, Factory Racing. Yeah,
it has really taken off. It's been really good. It's I think probably exceeded our expectations. I think we've now proved that there is a third option for this top end racing suspension. We've got some fantastic teams on board with us now, some new cars that are coming through that have been built with our stuff on, teams that are already, you know, out there and that are converting across to us, and some real good kit coming, really good innovative kit coming through that's real top end stuff. And yeah, so it's nice. It really is good to see it out there being pushed to the absolute limits, and, you know, and putting up with it, you know, really putting up with it.
because obviously the Factory Racing sponsor the Carnage Cup.
Indeed, yes.
There's been some interesting winners over the years. Very interesting winners. And yeah, it is. Though what it does leave us is, I don't know whether you know the bottom end of the site where Richard's Ditch is.
Right. Yeah.
We can't cross that when it's wet because obviously the water.
Yeah.
But there's another probably about 100 and odd acres the other side of that, which we can go in. And there's some fantastic stuff in there.
Right.
Like, as long as it's dry, obviously.
Open the site up.
Yeah, so we can open the other side of the site, and nobody's been there. Even half the team haven't been across there because it's been so wet.
Right.
And there's some good stuff. Very, very good.
So that's going to be a whole different angle on the event then. It's almost going to be like a half of a new site then, if we can get into areas that have not.
As long as it's drier, and we can cross that ditch without causing too much trouble, whether we bridge it or whatever. We could open a complete different part of the site, and that should be really interesting. That sounds
interesting. Now,
obviously, the gullies and the ditches which we stay out of because of the water.
Yeah,
we'll be able to use them, and there are some gullies there which you could put the car in, and they'd still be able to drive over the top.
Yeah,
that's how deep they are. So yeah, quite interesting actually. It's going to be a lot of work. Having to redo.
I think it'll be good. I think it'll just be good to have that different sort of aspects on it, and it'll just be hopefully it'll have the roots of the same old, really friendly event, and just with a different sort of slant on it.
Obviously, there'll be no spectators. I just don't think the world will be ready for spectators. So that'll be a bit of a shame, but we have got things up our sleeve, as you well know. We can't say too much at this present time, which will hopefully help. And so thank you very much. Hopefully we'll catch up in a better place, better time, and enjoy.
Absolutely, looking forward to it. Can't wait. Looking forward to the 150, and then especially looking forward to the Welsh, and really, just to be there and be part of it, really.
There we go. James Richards, Terra Firma, our main event sponsor. Thank you very much. Talking of auctions, some of you may have seen that over the last couple of months we had a little bit of a rebrand with the Welsh logo. Yesterday, I managed, or day before yesterday, picked up some beanies which we've been working on. So there are just 5 of these currently being made. There won't be a run. These are with the new logo. And the beauty of these little beanies, one, they are quite warm and insulated, and 2, it's hard to see here, but they are reflective. These will not be for general sale. Who would like one of these? Highest bidder will take it, and you might even have something else thrown in as well. As I said, this one is a grey. There are a couple of colours. I tell you what, you can actually pick what colour you want. So we've been doing some trials. So we have grey. Wow, that's bright. That's, believe it or not, that's high vis yellow. Black. And like a bluey colour. There will only be one. The winner of the auction can pick their colour and go from there. 3, 2, 1, go. So that's that. Again, the auction for the bow rope, I think, currently stands at £160. James Ward, thank you very much. And the bow motor is £100 from Hugh Shaver. Mate, thank you very much. So where should we go now? Alan Sharp, mate, thank you. £30 for the grey beanie, mate. Thank you very much. You're a star. 3 times winner of the Extreme. yeah, the man who Stuart McClurg, £50. Wow. All the money that we raise today will go to a charity. We don't know who. Stuart McClurg, £60. Bloody hell, mate. Thank you. All the money we raise today for these 3 items will go to a charity. Don't know where, but it will be a good cause. I promise you. So 2020 warm-up. This is where a good friend of mine wow, McClurg, Stuart, Sven, £100, £110 for a beanie. Speechless. Yeah, 2020. We had a few ideas in the background. Dave Oatley, we were on site, and Dave Oatley, our chief marshal, come up. Carrot, wow, £180 for the rope, thank you. Dave Oatley come up with the idea, let's do a side by side. And we all thought, yeah, this guy's off his head. Anyway, it happened. So we started setting a course, come up with a few ideas of where I was going to start from, and then it just progressed. Then, in a very twisted idea, I thought, right, I want a few people to be side by side. One was the Websters. 2, Seamus and Darren. 3 was Tom Herons and Sam Nicholas. And there's one more, I can't remember who the other one was. So I give this list to Dougie. Dougie Hamilton and myself go back a long, long way. We met at some little event he organised somewhere. I don't know anybody know him, but yeah, he hangs around with us, and he hasn't got any mates or friends, but he's good. So I give him this task, and fair play, whenever Dougie gets a task, he does it. And he came up with his list of what I give him, and then he had his list. He was going by tyre size, car size, experience, engine size. Don't ask me how he done it, but he pulled it off perfectly. And we had a bit of a side-by-side start. Cue the side-by-side start, Grant. The warm-up 2020, sponsored for the Terra Firma Welsh Extreme. The warm-up was sponsored by Odyssey Batteries. Go. Welsh Extreme, very proud. I cannot believe how quick the time has gone. We're in Cynhydra in the pit. It's our third year here, I believe. Yeah, third year here. Wow. Yes, blown away. As you can see, cars in the background. 9 different new guys from Europe over here. I'm just blown away with it all. Very special year. We're going to try and make it a little bit different, but the same. We like to add a little bit in to try and keep it fresh, but also I think the format which we've developed over the years works. I'm very happy with it, and I think all the team are too. So we've got 3 days of all these different disciplines. So Friday we have got the Odyssey warm-up, then we got closely followed by the Wilderness Lighting Night Nav, but we've thrown in something very special which is called the Wilderness Lighting Night Dash. No one knows about this yet, you're first to hear about it. Closely followed by tomorrow we have got 20 special sections and 20 scatter punches dotted around the site. Then Sunday we've got the famous Gigglepin Super Sunday. Everybody's come to love it. 3 kilometers of hell. I think it's going to be pretty spectacular.
Today we have got an Odyssey warm-up. It's a little bit different, it's a little bit special, and you're gonna love it.
Next, we have Duncan Smith, Team Hybrid. Welcome, pal.
Hi, Nobby.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More nervous than when I am competing, to be fair. I'd rather sat behind the wheel than talking to you. Dreading what you're going to say.
No, me? No, nothing.
Yeah, we all know you.
So before we talk about the event, what is Team Hybrid and who is Team Hybrid and where did it come from?
We are based in Biggleswade in Bedfordshire, on the family farm here. Started from, well, just by accident really. Bought an off-roader off a friend, started doing play days. Just generally got a bit bored of doing play days and thought, what can we do to make it a bit more interesting? So started winch challenging and it all went from there really. So yeah, that's where we are now. Various winch men along the way.
Yep.
Mainly Henry. He's, we did well with Henry.
Yeah.
So we're taking a bit more of a chilled, mellow attitude to it now. Got Dom on board, and I've got Dan's going to winch for me after a couple of events this year, hopefully, if they all go ahead. So yeah, we're just sort of seeing how we go, developing this new car that we've built, and going from there.
It'd be nice to see it out that creek. I know that's been in the pipeline and being worked on for year and a half, is it? Well under wraps. So 2015 was your first extreme?
It was, yeah, very daunting when we arrived. Drive around the pits, 40 odd cars there, and you think, oh my word, what have we done? Yeah, and then it makes you realise that it's not the shiny trucks you need to be worried about; it's the beaten up ones. But yeah, it's talk about in at the deep end. But we had a great time, to be fair.
You made a bit of an impression on the prologue.
Yes, yeah, we tend to do that.
I didn't for a person coming straight into the extreme on the first part of the whole event. Yeah, you come out all guns blazing.
Well, if you're going to do it, you've got to do it, haven't you?
Yeah, we didn't think you were going to get to the finish line, to be honest with you, mate. Never mind come second. So, yeah. You've done how many extremes now? So you've done them all. You missed one. Four.
I've done 4, I believe. 15, 16, 18, and 19, I think.
Only done 20?
No, 18, 15, 16, 18, and 20. No, 9. We didn't do one. Yeah, but last year was the last one with Dom. Yeah. The other 3 I did with Henry. Yeah, with Henry, we've had a second, a first, and a third. I can't remember where we came last year.
What is your favourite bit about the whole event, and why do you keep coming back?
I'm not quite sure why I keep coming back, really. But I keep saying, well, why do I do it in March in Wales, in the rain and the cold? And then I still come back. I don't know. It's obviously the organiser's such a great guy, which obviously helped.
What can I say?
But yeah, it's just the camaraderie. Everyone's having fun, aren't they?
Yeah.
I hate the Friday, I have to say. Really hate the Friday with a passion. I could sit there and just have a cup of tea on the Friday. The sections I enjoy on the Saturday, but I think since you've been doing the Sundays where you're doing a sort of a bit of a lap, that's very enjoyable. And I think that's probably everyone's favourite part at the moment.
Do you know what? I was speaking to the 2 Toms, and they prefer the Saturday.
Yeah.
In March. The only thing that'd be interesting is to see how Boothie does.
Well, if you open up another 100 acres, he's going to get lost, isn't he? We know that. And then he'll get lost on his roof. But sorry, Chris.
Don't say sorry, it's fact.
Yeah, but he's bigger than me.
Bless him. No, I do think it's a game changer. I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be throwing axles and shafts and CVs.
Yeah, it's we're going to have to be. The co-drivers are going to be having to tell the drivers to be careful, slow down, not so much right foot. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of, if frustration sets in and they give it a lot of
especially
there's going to be lots of broken bits. The Welsh is renowned for carnage anyway, because of the way you make it quite difficult. The clue's in the name, as you've always said. So I think it's going to be even more interesting doing it in August. Looking forward to it, actually. It's
yeah. The only thing that'll be different is obviously, and it's going to make you smile even more, is the Friday will be completely different because it'll be day. I thought we'd like have bits. So we got other plans instead. Because obviously there'll be no night now. Otherwise, you'll be starting at 10:30 in the night.
The bit 15, I really enjoyed 15. The best bit for me, 15, was when you split us up into groups. Was it groups? I can't remember how many cars were in the group. Was it 4 or 5 of us in a group? And you split us up into groups and you gave us each a marshal. And that was really good. Really enjoyed that because you got camaraderie with your particular cars in your group.
Well, you never know what will happen in the last year.
First time we met James Eyre, I think it was his first event. With his massive hair, and his dad with his massive hair. Do you remember that? Unbelievable. Yeah, took his helmet off, and it was like one of them boing moments, wasn't it? And being in the group with Jim is always interesting.
Yeah.
Having Doogie as our marshal, that was interesting. Met Doogie for the first time. That was that was great as well. So funnily enough, that group of people, we all know each other really quite well. That was one of my favourite memories of the Welsh. That.
Yeah, I think, and it's all about it. Everybody mucking in and having a laugh.
And you were watching the other people in your team do it as well as you doing it. So it was really, you were watching a bit and you were doing a bit. And like you were saying earlier, watching how different people do different things, it's quite an eye-opener to see, just the 4 or 5 cars in your team and how differently they do something and you approach it. So you go first or you go last, they're watching you or you're watching them. And then you go, oh, I wasn't going to do it that way. Yeah.
There we go. Mate, thank you very much for your support and your time today. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see you in June and August.
Hopefully, yeah. Well, optimistic for June as I'm on the reserve. And August, definitely, yeah.
Duncan Smith, Team Hybrid, thank you very much indeed, pal.
Thank you, Nobby. No problem at all.
Cheers out. Bye-bye.
Cheers, bye.
Bye. And there we go, Duncan Smith, Team Hybrid, who won back in 2017, I believe, and had a trip to Croatia. So that's most of the warm-up covered. As you've probably seen there, Duncan loves the night section, not. But as part of the Welsh, it's something which we class as multidiscipline. So we're moving on to the night stuff. A lot of people love the night. As I said, some don't. But it's got to be done. The night section has changed over the years. Back in 2013, it was interesting. Willow won it. 2014 was more of a nav scatter, which was run by Pikey and Walters. Lots and lots of people got lost. 2015, lots of people got lost. Chris Bowler come victorious 2014 and 15. He wiped the floor with everybody in the nav scatter. Fair play to him. 2016, that didn't go very well. I altered part of the sheet and it just didn't work. We forget about that one. 2017 onwards, it started to get better and better and better. One of my little ideas I done in, I think it was 2017. A lot of people struggle to work out what goes on in my head. I struggle as well sometimes. But we did a nav scatter, and for a laugh, I flipped the map backwards and printed it in reverse. Wow. That was carnage. Absolutely carnage. The look on Gubb's face when he actually worked out what had happened was pretty special. A couple of videos for the night stuff will go. I think we've got Extreme 16 by the Moose guys. Let's have a look at that and see what you think. Please enjoy. Enjoy also, if you can't watch it all, just come back and forth. We're going to be here most of the day. and enjoy the virtual event of the Welsh Extreme in association with Terra Firma. Night stuff.
The alternator's playing up, so little hill up there that we was winching up, light started to dim, cut the engine out, just lost all power from batteries. Managed to get it started, get it back here, start stripping it down really.
And we have Jimmy in the background. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Thank you very much for joining me. The new car is looking amazing. I do like it. I don't think you're supposed to drive over people's gardens, or
it's his garden, so.
Oh shit! you first come to the Welsh in 2016, was it?
I think 16, sorry, 16.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it rained.
Yes. It was the first time on the new terrain, I think.
Oh, so that was 17 then. 17.
Oh, 17.
Yeah, 2017. Yeah. Yeah, the new site. And it rained.
It was when it was not scraped. So the camp was not scraped.
It was about that much mud.
Yes. Everywhere.
Apparently they classed it like Croatia.
I never been to
I
Croatia.
was
so-
there and it was shit.
Well, the guys from Croatia come over and they reckon it was fine because in Croatia, it's normally up to your knees. It was only up to your ankles. But it's fine.
So it's fine.
So, why did you decide to come? Apart from Dion talking about it, you know, he must have
I
said.
was always a big fan of Ruben, so I thought I would do the same thing.
No, the big reason why we were interested in doing the Welsh was there is nothing in Europe or in Belgium and France and everything that's has so extreme sections like you have. It's very unique that you have to use the front and the rear and maybe the top winch at one situation, and that's something that you have in England. And I don't know, yeah, it's the winch challenge in the UK is a lot extremer than in Europe. So that's the big thing why we tried it.
So in 2021, because we're hoping it'll be a bit drier,
Yes.
there's rumours on my Welsh event group Grapevine that the event is going to get harder.
Yes.
Last year it was good, it was fine, but it was nothing stupid or too heavy.
So what is your favourite bit about the Welsh? What makes the whole event for you? Jimmy first.
Last year was fine for me. It was.
You must
I
have a
don't know what to
favourite
say.
bit.
It was the total event was okay because you have Saturday, you have something different, you have stages, and then Sunday you have the round.
The Gigglepin Super Sunday.
The Sunday,
Yeah.
so it's different. Normally you go to an event, it's all the same. Now you have some different.
Yeah.
And what do you
things.
think about the night part of it, driving around in the dark?
Don't do it again.
We're not used to doing the punches and collecting numbers and words and everything. We're more, yeah.
But it's all about different parts of,
Yes.
and I think everybody's faces, or when we done the side-by-side start, was
Yes.
just fantastic.
Yes, but if you the side by side starting and everything, that's something that we do in Belgium a lot. So the adrenaline and the kick from starting side by side or a big group start, that's something we do all the time in Belgium and in Europe. But yeah, it's like the night stage and collecting the punches and everything. That's a whole nother thing for us. For the UK guys, they do it a lot. I think almost every event has punches and that kind of things. But for us, it was a complete new world. And Niels, the first year we did it, Niels tried to explain it a bit to us, but we were like, fuck, well, it was a little bit confusing the
For us,
first
it
time.
was hard too.
Yes.
It was not a success.
It's fine. It's everybody's got excel in different ways, don't they? And yeah, but obviously when they done the warm up and the cars, because nobody knew what was happening, they all just lined up and it was like, oh shit.
Yes, and the fact that you could not walk, or you were not allowed to walk the prologue, that was also makes it a bit more fun.
Of course it
You
is.
don't know what's coming.
Yeah, sometimes better. Although I will give you a little bit of a warning. Be careful this year.
But if you've been to Croatia, to Wild Boar, there is on the road book, when you flip the page and there is ravine, you also have to be careful because the ravines over there are also very deep. So
But there we go. Thank you very much for your time. And
Yes.
hopefully we will see you in August.
yes, let's hope so. Fingers
Stay
crossed.
safe. Keep our car nice and clean.
Don't break it anymore.
Don't break it.
Don't break
And
it.
yeah, we'll see you on the Welsh Hillside very, very soon.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Cheers now.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So just doing live, and Jerry decides to phone me. Fool. So just catch you back in those videos. And that is why we have the Moose and the Full Throttle Productions doing the videos, as you just seen that night section. Our night stuff is sponsored by Wilderness Lighting, and they work very much closely with the Moose and Full Throttle Productions. And also the video just now, that was Rubens and Jimmy. They've been over a few times. Obviously this year Rubens is driving his own car, his new car. Should be quite interesting. So moving on, the current prices of the auction stuff are going pretty well. We've got the Bow Rope £180 carrot, thank you very much. We have got the Bow Moto 2 auction with Hugh Shaver, £100, thank you very much. And Stuart McClurg, £160 for a beanie, mate. You're a legend. Thank you so much. So we got the night sections. They've moved on a lot, as we just seen that one. And as I was just talking about Gub, his face when he worked out that I printed the map backwards, it was quality just to see his face. Again, what can I say about all the support we've had over the years? Every year we try and keep the event very same. We just make confined tweaks to try and improve it and just keep it that little bit different. As I said earlier on, welcome to the Extreme Virtual event, which is sponsored by Terra Firma, main event sponsor. We have got loads and loads of other sponsors, which we are all very grateful for. We could not run the events without all our sponsors, guys and girls, teams, everybody. Thank you so much. We have a couple of little videos now to go through. We won't play them all. So the first one, we've got Moose at Night 2020. This one is really good. It doesn't need much explaining, really. The Moose guys, they just tell me what they're doing and we can see what comes out the other end. Although we have got some very interesting, exciting news to talk about in a bit. So without further ado, let's just watch the Moose 2020 night section, which was sponsored by Wilderness Lighting on the Extreme virtual event with main event sponsor of Terra Firma. Thank you very much. Enjoy.
Had all of the punches and did the extra course at the end, so very muddy now though.
Yeah, sections look quite tricky. I haven't been driving around tonight. They look a bit tight, some of them. It's very greasy.
Yeah, if you got a crank sensor, that'd make my evening.
And that is why the Moose and Terra Firma, the Moose and the Full Throttle are doing our videos. Again, that was just fantastic. Welcome back to the Welsh Extreme virtual event in association with Terra Firma. Whether you've just seen something just pop up there, but one of the Team Twin Lock boys has just bid at £175 for a beanie. that's just absolutely crazy, guys. Team Twin Lock, thank you very much. For those stick around, you might want to watch the Team Twin Lock. Stuart McClurg, mate, thank you so much. You might want to watch the interview with Team Twin Lock after 1 o'clock, along with Jim Marsden. It's very interesting. Set your reminder. Again, just keep coming back and forth. Keep using the hashtag Extreme21 and the Welsh, and just share it on your own Facebook, please. The more hits and likes and comments we can get, thank you very, very much for everything you're doing. So we've now going to 2020 winner Tom Herons of Team TNT. I caught up with them back earlier on this week. Tom Herons, man of many words, as you all know. Yeah, let's go straight to the interview and enjoy. Tom Herons, Team TNT. Thank you for the interview. Enjoy. And the next we have got the two Toms, Tom Herons and Tom Wilson. Welcome, guys.
Hello. How's it going?
Hello. Oh, smile. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. It's been commented that Tom Herons doesn't smile.
What did you smile about?
So, How did you get into off-roading then? Or how did you get into the Welsh?
I started green lining and stuff in the road car,
Yeah.
and then turned that into a bit of a challenge truck. And then Matt Dillon said, "Why don't you do the Welsh?" And a light entry came up. So yeah, got hooked in and went for it, I suppose.
Because first year you done the extreme, you had Jordan sitting next to you, didn't you?
Yeah, Jordan Darrell.
Yeah. Because I remember him. You come down, I think maybe on the Super Sunday, and he got into such a sweat. He kicked the winch switch in temper, and yeah, he tried blaming me for it.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't happy. He was. I'm sure. Was it James Eyre drove over you?
Yeah, then the following year I was going to do it with Jordan again, and he broke his ankle. So then James jumped in last minute.
Yeah, but you know when you when Jordan kicked the switch off, didn't James Eyre drive over the car or something? Was it James Eyre? It was because Sunday he was in the ditch coming up, and that's where because you had the winch control box on top of the wing, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I was standing there when he had a meltdown. So anyway, so moving on. So you two started competing together in, was that 2019 or 18?
18, yeah.
18.
Yeah, been it 3 years. Yeah, started at the Odyssey together, didn't we? Yeah. No, we did the Welsh 3 years. Yeah.
And every year you're just getting better and better, I think. I think 2020 was your best year so far, though.
Yeah, I'd say so. Don't get much better than that.
No, I think 2020 was pretty good. What more do you want? Winning the extreme? My God.
Well, it don't get much better than that, does it?
Well, yeah, this is it. So tell me, why do you keep coming back to the Welsh? What is it about the Welsh that makes it different for you?
I just think it's probably one of the hardest events, or if not the hardest event in the country. So if you can do half decent at that, then you must be doing something right.
Okay. So is there what is your favourite bit about the event? Because some people like the night part, some people like the Super Sunday.
Probably getting in the van on Sunday and going home.
Okay.
It's all good, isn't it? Yeah, no, it's all good. I'd probably prefer the Saturday over everything. I prefer the sections. Yeah, doing the sections, yeah.
You get a good rhythm going through the sections, getting the swing of it.
Yeah, that's probably.
You're the first ones that actually prefer the Saturday over the Sunday so far. People I've spoken to.
Tumble dryer on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday is brutal.
Yeah.
Sunday is brutal, but it's what it is, isn't it? It's a good laugh for everybody to.
The sections do prefer the tricky. I think makes you work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's mad because obviously with the pit area being quite bad and everybody moaning and you're going, it's what it is. How do you just get on with it?
Yeah.
So what are your mods for the car this year? Anything, or are you just making it look pretty?
Can't reveal too much.
Nobody's watching this, mate. You can tell me. Come on.
Everyone will be taking our secrets. Just going to coilovers.
All right. Okay. That'll help on the speed stuff.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't think for like the shocks and springs for the Saturday, I don't think you can probably better them, but on the Sunday and then other events like the 150 and with the shocks and springs, it was savage on everything in the truck. Like
as soon as the shocks start getting warm, it's game over, isn't it?
Yeah.
As soon as the oil starts to get to boiling point, you may as well just take them off.
It takes the fun out of it then as well. If you're just gonna, you're just gonna get absolutely, rattled to bits. I think even the dash fell out of the 150 last year. But everything was just falling off as we were going around.
Takes about a week to recover as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, obviously this year, we'll have the 150 will be first, obviously, and you never know what'll happen when the extreme finishes. We have 2 left. Just 2. Mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many have we done? So we've done 16, 17. 16?
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, I've done 5 altogether, yeah.
Wow, okay.
I'll get 6, I'll get 7 in altogether, won't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. What, you done 10?
It'll be, 2022 will be 10 years, yeah. Crazy how much, how it just takes up so much time, like, so.
Yeah.
There we go. So who, pick somebody who you reckon is going to do good at the extreme in 21, apart from yourself? One
Trevor.
team.
It's Trevor's year, I reckon, definitely.
Trevor?
Yeah, he swapped winches. I think it's going to make all the difference for him. Yeah,
He's seen the light.
I think he'll be. I think I'll just make all the difference for him.
Yeah, but the winches are no good for him if his rubber is not on the ground.
Yeah, well, no one can help him with that, can they?
No, that's his special talent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, there we go, guys. Thank you very much for your time, and thanks for your support over the years. And we'll hopefully see you in August. No, June first, isn't it? June 150.
Yeah,
June the 150 first, and then we'll see you in August. Guys, thanks very much. Thanks for your support. There we go. Quick little blast of one of the Dions from 4x4 Media. Yeah, 4x4 Media. Next on my hit list are the guys from Moose and Full Throttle Productions. These have been working with us at the Welsh for 5 years now. This is our 6th year with them. And yeah, James Moore, £200 for the rope. Thank you very much. So here's our little interview. I caught up with them one day this week, and Moose Off-Road and Full Throttle Productions. Enjoy the video. And as my hit list continues, guest list, I should say, here we have the Moose lads, James Lumley and Paul Hackett. Welcome, lads, and thank you for coming.
Evening, Nobby.
You right, pal?
Not too bad, thank you.
Nice backgrounds, a pair of you got. Nice to see you making an effort as well.
Well, we have to do our bit for the branding. Keep you happy.
Yeah, you always make me happy, mate. The stuff you do for me, I can't fault you whatsoever.
I'm sat in the dry rather than the peeing rain, so this is already a good weekend.
We then found that we're having as much fun filming the events and filming the adventure, showing people basically.
So come on.
To be fair, I think what works so well with your events is, like Croatia, it's very well run. It's all the background stuff. It's the team of volunteers. It's everybody that makes you feel part of a big family, and the infrastructure's there. So you know the dates, you know the timings. For us, it's as much planning of what we're going to do on the event. We need that info in advance, so you kind of give everything to us, We can decide where we want to be. We've got advanced course maps. You know, the weather
Put it out
is
there
something.
now on the internet now that we probably pioneered the use of the painter's pole and the GoPro.
Long before the days of stabilized footage and gimbals and what have you, the only way to get up close and personal with a 600 horsepower LS V8 was on a GoPro with a painter's pole. So we had a crack. We did lose a few cameras. I
think 2020 was a brilliant year. I think it was fantastic. I think the whole thing just clicked, I think.
Yeah, the event runs so well really now that it's a regular team of competitors. It's nice to have a shake up with a few internationals coming over, giving us some interest because we know a lot of the trucks, but also seeing it's one of the early events in the season. So you see the trucks evolving. The owners have all been hard at work over the winter, ripping them apart and trying to make them better. So it's a good chance to get everybody together. It's a good social weekend. There's some cracking stuff in the evenings. Everybody has a great laugh, and you've got such sort of camaraderie between the guys that have been coming back year after year. They all help each other out. They share their kit around. And for us, we can kind of turn up. We don't have to be there, days in advance. We know what to expect. We know that site quite well now, but it's good as you've moved it around over the years to see different sites and how that gives us different backgrounds to work with. And it's got more refined every year. So last year was epic. We were lucky the weather.
So obviously we've been having many chats over the last couple of months and working in the background without giving away too much. We've got some exciting stuff on the horizon.
Yeah, I think we as a team have always worked towards producing ultimately an event edit, but that's then become daily edits, and it's difficult to get those out for the competitors to see, for the the guys following online. And it's definitely the way, if you watch other motorsport and other events taking place, everybody wants to see sort of live, what happens in the real time, so to speak. So we're really starting to work towards how we can bring your events to more of a lifestyle, in the action real time, and less so on the event edits, which are there, and they're a great idea for long-term promotion of the event and what have you. But really it's about, for us, I think the next stage now is as the camera tech's moving on, and we've got the we've got the Facebook lives, and that's doing very well, and we've got the we've got the technology platforms out there now. Without spending vast amounts of money, we think we can do this. So we're playing with the tech at the moment. We've got a little bit more of an organized media suite going forward, and we think we've got some quite cool stuff we're going to try this year, and it'll evolve.
And pieces, then we'll sort of maybe glue some stuff still together in the evening, but I think the emphasis will be really on trying to push something out live and give people, and as it happens, I mean, communication these days means that we can do that. And when you think about years ago when we started, we couldn't even push out 4K. Now we're pretty much, our last lot of edits, we're pretty much pushing out a 4K edit every time.
James, you come down 2016, you were last man standing. Everybody bailed out. You ended up sleeping in the caravan with Big Rich. No sleep, and he still kept coming back.
Yes, brave, isn't it? I do have to question my sanity at times, and given the kit I kill, the doghouse that I'm in when I come back at the end of the weekend and throw the muddy kit at my very understanding wife, and and try and work up the courage to go back. I don't know what it is. To be honest, she is born and bred Cardiff, as are the in-laws.
Yeah.
So yeah, she understands. But it's I think it's just the all-round experience of the event. It's just an awesome way to spend a weekend, whether you were playing with cars or you were, whatever your hobby. That bunch of people that come together for that event is what makes it. It's such a good, well-oiled machine because it's seamless. Everybody just does their thing. Anthony Waterfield's got to be there,
and Ryan, yeah. So Ryan's driving, and he's co-driving.
Yeah. But I think on a challenge event like these, it's as much the guy out the truck as.
They are a good team.
They are very well, yeah. But either Darren or Seamus has got to be in that. Definitely up there. I'm going to sit on the fence with those two because they're just hilarious, and they're also amazing to watch the way that they know their trucks inside out.
Yeah,
it is. It's quite something to see the way that they navigate through a technical section.
Darren is brutal, and he's got the whippet with him, isn't he? Phil Nev.
Yeah, how that guy has that energy on those sites up and down like a mountain goat all weekend.
I'm sure he got a bit of ADHD in him.
In Surrey, they're there to see their mates, chew the fat, have a catch up. It's a social weekend with off-roading thrown in alongside, and that I think that sort of says it all really about the event.
We done together. Paul, come on in. You had yours in the bag already.
Well, I was going to actually. Seamus was actually my top. I reckon it's his year. I do. I reckon that it will be. I mean, the thing is, right? So Seamus, he's every year. I've looked back through some of the footage, and every time we see that truck coming at us, and it's gone from now the fact that when we stick literally a GoPro on the end of a painter's pole through the window, he actually now waves at us. So it started off like, what's going on here? What are these guys up to? What are they doing? And now he's proper friendly, waves to.
Wait, that's fine.
I think we actually have discussed from that building may have come COVID. We believe back the year before it was discovered. There is actually that site definitely has the ability to have created that.
I told you not to eat that bat.
See, no, I did tell you when you first rocked up, do not barbecue the flies. I did say.
It was the donkeys at the last site, wasn't it?
Yeah, you wouldn't listen. You just kept on. But that's it, guys. Thank you. Do you know what? I can't thank you enough. You've just taken over the video side of it and just run with it. And I haven't got you just tell me what you're doing now, and it's brilliant. It works absolutely perfectly. We got Simon Skelly. He's taken over the photos, still side of it, and he knows. He tells me what's happening, and then with the video side of it, you just tell me what you're doing, and it works. And I can't thank you enough for all the promotion you've done, from the Full Throttle Productions, the Moose Off Road, and also the plug which you need to put from the Carnage Cup, as you are the sponsor of the Carnage Cup, which is.
Well, it's basically the biggest, the best, the worst possible break. Whatever happened that weekend, it literally is kind of. It's given on all sorts of merits, really, isn't it? Really, it just is an excuse to really, rip the piss out of somebody, really, isn't it?
And who is a sponsor of the Carnage Cup? You need to promote them. Now's your chance. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, Factory Racing, of course.
And we need to tell people what Factory Racing do, because some people watching this may be in need of some shocks, some bump stops.
Well, as you say, Nobby, yes, we are purveyors of really good suspension hardware, so coilovers, shocks, bump stops. Basically, the idea is to give a clubman level shock to at a price that's clubman level, but a performance.
Again, thank you very much for everything you've done to promote all the Welsh events, and look forward to seeing you in sunny June and scorching August.
Yeah,
we hold you to that.
James, Paul, Moose Off Road, Full Throttle, and also Terra Firma Factory Racing. Guys, thank you very much for everything you've done. Speak to you soon.
No worries.
Okay,
cheers, Nobby.
All the best. Bye-bye. Welcome back. There you were, the Moose guys, Paul and James. Whew, and breathe. So, nearly at the end of our first little session of the virtual extreme in association with Terra Firma. We've got one little thing to go through now, and that will be Moose at Night 2017. This little video is something which they shot when they were experimenting. As always, every year they always try and improve things and bring us new things. And yes, I've changed the hat. You should know which one it is. Here we go.
Slightly slippery out there.
Very slippery out there.
Really, really slippery.
It was very slippery too. So this is in Red Valley, down in Carmarthen.
I see some old faces coming back.
Seamus in the old car, Anderson. the Irish lads. Dedication and support you guys do this event, and we could not run it without you. Pompey runs his own car, oh my god. Ben Turpey, the sheriff.
Hello, what you done, guys?
Then we got the Amish.
Grand style. 5, 6 and 7 dropping down and he turned left-handed. I was like,
I can't get it.
just love it. Yeah. It goes, but it's like no, it's not lurching. No,
Seamus and Tom. Charles Dunn, the king of the fiddles, followed by his brother, Ryan. Nick making a complete mess. And here we go into the night sector, right? Ben Turpey. That guy is a complete animal of a boat rider. He just doesn't let off. Carnage. Absolutely carnage. Wow. Absolutely fantastic. So that is nigh on the end of our first session. We've overrun a little bit, which we said we would. We kept to our words. We said we'd overrun. Again, thank you for everybody who's liking, commenting, sharing, and people are bidding as well. The rope is currently at £200 to James Ward, I believe. The Bowmoto 2 is still at £100, which is a bargain. Hugh Shaver, thank you very much. And I believe Stuart McClurg, Mr. Carnage Cup himself, who's won it twice, I believe, is now £185 for a beanie. Everybody, thank you so much. Our sponsors are on the bottom. There's also a link on our Facebook page to all our sponsors' Facebook pages where we can tag them and relax. That is it for part 1 of the Virtual Extreme in association with Terra Firma. We will be back in approximately 20 minutes' time. Go to the toilet, go and have a fag, go and get something to eat, or even a cup of coffee. See you back here at 11 o'clock. Guys, girls, thank you very much. Be back soon. Enjoy.